Vietnam.
Actually, I born in Turkey.
Do you consider yourself to be part of an individualistic culture or a collective culture?
More of a collective culture because at home, everything we do as a family. Like we don't go off and do our own thing. Even though I'm in college right now, I still stay at home. My parents still cook and make food and buy me clothes, stuff like that. But yeah.
Would you consider yourself to be part of an individualistic culture or a collective culture?
Actually, I can say both of them because my family structure is more collectivistic, but I started to live alone during like 5 years, and yeah, I try to do everything for myself, and I'm kind of an individualistic person, but my family belongs individualistic, yeah.
And do you feel like you need to give up your own culture to be able to identify yourself as more of an American?
I think I would have to because to adapt, you need to change, right? So if I want to be like American, I just have to not do Asian stuff, you know. Because I guess today, Asian things, American things are like, you go out with your friends, you like go to concerts and stuff. But for Asian culture, you just stay home and try to build a relationship with your family.
Do you feel like you have to start giving up your own Turkish identity to be able to blend in with the American way of life?
Yes, it is because the Turkish culture and American culture is quite different from each other. And yeah, if I want to take American identity, I should give up from the Turkish identity. I believe that.
All right, then Phuc, how do you feel about the integration into the American culture? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's possible to keep both? What are your thoughts?
I think it's possible to keep both because you're still with your family and you're just in a new environment, but you're not going to change just because you're in a new environment.
That's right, but at the same time, do you feel any pressure from anyone wanting you to conform to society?
Yeah, because social norms just try to make you fit in. You know?
Right. Have you felt any pressure to conform to the American ways since coming here?
Yes, actually I do. Because to some people who have not any respect from the who came from the other countries, makes a lot of pressure. I think it is general problem in the United States because a lot of people who are not American came from the different cultures on the United States, and yeah, it has some problems here.
Do you think it's wrong, considering that everyone in the United States was originally an immigrant, for immigrants to judge other immigrants?
Actually, it is not true. Actually, I don't believe the classifying the people is correct thing. No, it is not correct. It is unbelievable for me because everyone has a different nature. Everyone has a different culture. You know, a lot of things are going to change, and we should calculate every possibilities to do that.
Well, my family's from the South, okay? So my mom showed me, and my dad showed me, at an early age. So I see the views, from the media and from the public, whatever. But I know what they want me to do, masculine and feminine. I don't hate, but God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve. So you figure that out, right? So I don't judge anybody, but my opinion, if we all were of that opinion, we would never have a civilization going forward. So I'm opinionated, but I keep it real, so to speak, so that's my opinion of it. So, again, I have friends that are gay, but that's not my view. Actually, I have 4 children, so it's definitely not my view.
But as far as like what defines masculinity, like a strong man.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm in the gym twice a week. I've been a gym rat for a long time. So, but to be strong, to have forces but not be forceful, to lead in the home. To me, that is a degree of masculinity.
Okay.
Me, I am Muslim, and you know what I'd really like to see them not portray the masculine, the Muslim man as enslaving, mistreating the Muslim woman.
Okay.
You know, I enjoy looking around here because you see Muslimas, so Muslim women, moving around, studying, working, and all those good things.
Right.
But there are places in like Saudi Arabia where women are architects and have designed vast, beautiful buildings. You know, but the Western world wants the public to think we treat them like less than dirty. You know, of course they're evil entities in every culture, every religion, right? Our Creator gave us all free choice, free will, right? So, guys, people like Saddam Hussein, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's their view, right? Of how women should be treated.
I would say that yes, the media has strongly influenced the way I think masculinity and femininity is. Because if you look at models on TV, you see male models, they have strong muscular bodies. That's kind of the standard idea of what a male should look like. Well, where if you look at female models, they're in more harmless and defenseless positions, rather than male models who are in strong, assertive positions. So the media actually portrays male and females as masculine and feminine, and that's how they influence people in society.
I was born in Seattle, Washington.
I was born here in Seattle, Washington, just down between Ballard, the Swedish hospital there. Would you consider yourself part of an individualistic culture or more of a collective culture?
I was raised in both. My dad's side of the family, they're from Guam, so they're pretty collective. My mom's side of the family is more American, so, and by American I mean they've been here longer.
Right.
And they are very independent and individualistic by nature, so my parents divorced when I was young, which left me spending more time on my mom's side of the family, which made me more of an individual person. However, I did spend a lot of time with my father's side of the family, and they are very collective. So I think I've been influenced heavily in that realm. As much as I'm an independent, individualistic type of person, I find myself connecting to both.
Actually, for me, it's been very easy to interact with people of other cultures, as I went to a preschool where you could actually say that Caucasians were a minority. And from there I went on to elementary school where there were a lot of people from other cultures. I think the biggest culture shock for me, however, was middle school, where there was only about 33% of the school was Caucasian. And from there I was able to interact with a lot of other people, and I learned a great many things.
When you hear people talk about assimilation in America, can you tell me what that means to you?
Assimilation in America is more along the lines of kind of bringing people together and forcing them to Americanize, which I personally disagree with 100%. I've always felt that assimilation is kind of a tool that big business uses to bring everyone together in a way that they can control them more easily. It's always been the way of the fortunate and the wealthy to assimilate people and then take control of them.
Do you think that there's a better way for society in America to conform to a norm that isn't the standard white man at this point?
Well, it's going to be very hard to do now, isn't it? As the standard white man's kind of carved the path and the image of the United States for quite a long time now. There have been great changes being made. Barack Obama's election was one of those changes, where having a black man in the office is a very big step towards equality in this country. While people will say that this country is very much equal, that is not true at all.
Yeah, but it also takes a willingness to move out of your comfort zones. When there's a class of people that are primarily Vietnamese and they study ESL, English as a second language, and they get out of class because they're timid and because they're afraid to venture out, they're going to hang around their Vietnamese friends, and guess what? They're not going to be practicing English, they're going to be practicing something they already know, something that's Vietnamese. So what I do is I make friends with people, and because I don't speak Vietnamese fluently, I become their friend that can help them with English as a second language. So I'm kind of putting myself out there for them and kind of getting some of them out of their comfort zones a little bit. And in turn, I help some out. Either the easiest help that have discovered that their mom and dad sent them to America so they can mingle with Americans, so they can bond with Americans. So why don't I take advantage of that? But not all the kids take advantage of that. So to answer your question, Facebook can help, but it also takes some courage from the individual.
Okay. Great, thanks so much.
Did I help? What is your name?
I'm Nicole.
Nicole Jerome.
Jerome.
What class is this for?
The humanities.
Nice.
The story of the turtle and the giraffe, right? And it says, well, the turtle and the giraffe can occupy the same space, right? But the turtle view of the world is down here. So he has a limited view, right? The giraffe feeds on the top of the trees. So he has a bad view of the world. So he sees a lot. He said, but they can continue to exist and prosper as long as the giraffe doesn't take the views of the turtle. Right? So when he said that, I'm like, ooh, I like that. Because there are a lot of people have narrow vision, right? Limited vision, right? So I'm like, so I figured I'd share that as much as I can. A lot of people don't look at it like that.